My name is Kai Curtis.
And I'm Sid Gullet.
And this is DragonFire Podcast.
With a new teacher comes expected changes, but so much has changed in Cairo Dragon's Dragon Studio recently that we thought we'd highlight some of the biggest changes happening in the studio.
The TV production class has changed drastically with the new teacher, Ms. Roberts. For example, we have new high-quality equipment, a new studio just for podcasts, and many more amazing changes to come.
A little bit about the equipment. We have new cameras like Canon Fixa G70, Canon R10. We have a whole new, so many more mics, wireless mics and phone mics.
Things that, we barely even had regular mics before this.
I don't even think we had mics last year.
It was a struggle.
We have these new high-end Mac computers.
And tons of them. We each have one for ourselves in the studio.
Mm-hmm. I think. And I'm pretty sure we have extras.
And we have extras. It's amazing. We can each individually edit on one. We'd also like to talk about the podcasting room. It's something we've never even had before. Podcast wasn't even an option or an idea. And I think it's really cool. I think it gives us the opportunity to be creative in a way that we couldn't even imagine. And instead of just producing videos and stuff like that, we have podcasts now. And it's just another way to reach more viewers and listeners.
More students.
Yeah, more students.
And this year we actually have jobs in the classroom now.
Yeah, I was really surprised when we came in and she's like, all right, what do you want to do in the class? So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so she was like, why don't you choose the jack of all trades, the facility manager? And so I did, and I love it. It gives me the opportunity to learn how things behind the scenes go. Learn more about equipment because I am constantly asking people questions and helping people out and directing them. So I have to know myself, otherwise how am I supposed to direct them to do it? I think it's really cool. I think it gives me a great leadership opportunity also. You're the equipment manager, right?
Yeah, which means basically I'm in control of who checks out what and where they're going, when they're going to come back with it, and making sure everything works. And if it doesn't, reporting it to the engineering managers.
I mean, you get to work with a lot of equipment.
Yeah, and it was a huge, learning curve because I'm not really technical. Being in the equipment closet and, messing around with the equipment and learning how things work, asking a lot of questions of how it works, and teaching my fellow peers how things work and setting things up for them has really helped me.
It's definitely, you have to know how it works to be able to teach it to somebody else. And so I feel like that's been the biggest thing, is just learning so much.
So with the new teacher, she's so much more, lenient about us being out of the class and doing stuff.
It feels so much more like a professional environment now, I feel like. We are constantly busy and we're constantly going out to do stuff, and that didn't happen before. It was a project a week. Now we're working on 6 things at the same time, and it's been a change, but I really enjoy it.
And it feels like everyone is so much more motivated from last year, because last year it was the same thing over and over, and it got so boring. We had no creative ability to do anything.
Yes, and I feel like a lot of the times I wasn't motivated to do stuff because I didn't know if it would air, because we only had one outlet. We only had Collierville AM, and rarely was stuff posted on our YouTube channel.
And nothing was ever posted on our Instagram either.
Yeah, I don't think it was rarely used. I think I'm more excited about the projects I'm doing because I know it will get aired, and I'm putting my all into all of my projects.
And if it doesn't get aired, it'll be put onto our YouTube channel.
Or our website, or Instagram. There's
Facebook,
so many,
Twitter.
There's so many outlets now, and I love that. Some things that we talked about in this podcast, we talked about the equipment.
How many options we have, and much higher quality of equipment we have.
And just the sheer amount of equipment we have. We talked about the podcasting room and what a great thing that is and a great opportunity it is.
How many jobs there are.
Yes, we did. And
how that changes the entire class environment.
Yes. It helps us learn so many new skills, I feel like. With such a great studio equipment and all the amazing works that Miss Roberts has put into this program, I think this studio will accomplish some amazing things in the future.
Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in and listening to us. Remember, you can always check us out on social medias like Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel, Collierville Dragon Media.
I'm Kai Curtis.
And I'm Sid Gullet, and this is Dragon Media Podcast.